Hey guys, Colleen here, and I'm excited to bring you another Amp of the Month segment. Things are super busy here in the shop per usual, so this won't be a full repair video, but you will get some gut shots. For those of you who had pre-ordered one of my shirts, they should be shipping this week, either before or right after Thanksgiving. Really excited to get those out to you guys. And I'd like to give a shout out to the sponsor of this video, DistroKid. DistroKid helps musicians upload their music on all streaming platforms, and musicians get to keep 100% of their royalties. Viewers of my channel get 30% off at distrokid.com/VIP/Fazio. So go check it out and get your music uploaded. And without further ado, I'd like to present to you the amp of the month. It's a late 50s Premier 71 amp. So before we get a closer look at this amp, I'd like to talk a little bit about the history of Premier amps. And this goes all the way back to the Great Depression era. A man named Louis Sorkin opened a music store in Philadelphia at this time and eventually moved to New York City, where he founded the Peter Sorkin Music Company. I'm not sure who Peter was and why he didn't use his name Louis, but alas, it was the Peter Sorkin Music Company. So in the 40s, they became a wholesaler distributor, and I believe that it was mail order business, so people would send in their orders and he would then fulfill their orders of like music equipment, musical instruments. There's not a lot of information out there about this Peter Sorkin Music Company or Louis Sorkin himself, or Premier for that matter. So I really had to do a lot of digging and not really sure how accurate some of this information is, but I'm sharing it with you. If anybody has any information related to these topics, please leave them in the comments. I would love to read them. So anyways, I believe the Peter Sorkin Music Company helped introduce like the notorious Beatle bass to the US. And in the 70s, I read that they were the first US distributor of Roland products. Kind of cool. So back to the 40s and 50s, Premier amps and guitars were manufactured by Multivox. And Multivox was created by the Peter Sorkin Music Company to manufacture guitars and amps for them to distribute. Premier amps and guitars were like the affordable household option, especially compared to Fender. They totally have their own unique look and their own unique sound. They're actually very adored by harmonica players now. This is due to their lower power, but super velvety tone, super creamy distortion. They sound great, and a lot of guitar players love to use them, but now harmonica players really dig them. So I'm really excited to get a up close look at this amp. All right, coming in from the front here, we have a 12-inch speaker and two tweeters. Very cool two-tone cabinet. And I just absolutely love the grill cloth that they use and like the stenciled Premier logo. It's so cool. And then we have the notorious Premier control panel. These knobs are repros, it looks like, because they're not the original Bakelite knobs like this. That appears to be the only remaining original knob. So that's the preamp up there. And then down here we have the power amp. And also that's where the inputs are. And I just absolutely love the design of this. So we can see this amp probably has had some work done, I'm just going to assume, because these 6L6s are new JJs. The rectifier tube is an old GE5U4. And then we've got a couple preamp tubes here. Looks like one is a Silvertone 12AX7. Ooh, a Baldwin organ 12AX7. We've got an RCA 12AU7. So a mix of new and old tubes here. It looks like this filter cap back here has been replaced. It's a new CE can cap. So it is safe to assume this amp has had some restoration work done. And I would like to bring your attention down here to the Multivox label. You can see New York, New York. So I'm gonna give this a little try actually. The customer complaint is that it just doesn't sound too good. So let's hear it for the first time together. Just going over the control panel, the mic channel has a volume and tone control, which is labeled treble. The instrument channel has volume, and then tone is bass and treble. And then we have tremolo. So it's alleged that Link Wray used a Premier 71 to record his famous track Rumble, which has such a notorious guitar tone at the beginning. So I'm really excited to hear this amp. I'm gonna give it a try. Let's test it out. So off the bat, we can hear some microphonics happening. All right, so a few things I'm noticing off the bat. We have some scratchy controls, no big deal. Tremolo works, as we've heard. Besides the microphonic tubes, I kind of heard the cabinet rattling in general. Wow, look how much the speaker is pulsing from the tremolo. So yeah, there's just like some service issues and stuff like that, but generally the amp kind of works. So let's take it apart and just see what it's looking like on the inside. All right, so all we have really in the control panel is the pots and some tone components. All right, we were able to get the power amp out. It was a little bit of a struggle, but here we go. So it looks like there's one electrolytic that's still original. So I'll likely be changing that. But otherwise, this filter cap has been replaced. And I'm just gonna have to like really listen to this amp more and test it for complete functionality, make sure it's sounding good. I'll probably have to tighten up the cabinet somehow. Maybe the speaker hardware is a little bit loose. I'll check the speaker itself, the tweeters and everything. Otherwise, you know, it's had some pretty good work done to it already. So we'll see what's going on with it. I hope you guys enjoyed this little history lesson on Premier amps and the up close and personal look of the guts of this Premier 71. If you're hankering for a repair video, I have a full restoration video of a Premier 76 amp. I believe it was like 2 or 3 years ago that I filmed it. So I'll post a link here and in the description below so you can go check that one out. But I'll leave you guys with that, and thank you so much. I'll see you next time.